Plaintiff Edward Santana says growing up, he always looked up to his older brother. But all that changed 3 years ago when his brother became addicted to crack. Edward says his brother's addiction is so out of control that he stole $3,000 from Edward. So he's suing. Defendant Louis Santana insists he's never smoked crack in his life. And the reason he and his brother don't get along is because he's a homebody. And Edward is a playboy who's constantly going out drinking and picking up girls. Although Louis admits taking $3,000 from Edward, he refuses to repay it because he insists Edward owed him money.
Tell me what happened.
Okay, the defendant is my brother. I'm kind of uncomfortable being here today suing my brother. It kind of hurts me, but his drug addiction has gone out of control, pretty much.
Type of drugs do you
Your Honor, I'm sorry, but I don't do drugs, sir. Okay.
Let me let him continue. And what type of drugs do you believe he's addicted to?
Cocaine and crack.
He's hooked on crack?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I found baking soda in my house.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to clean the refrigerator or whatever.
His girlfriend has told me that he's been on it too. She's actually seen him do it.
How long?
I'd say probably the past 3 years.
Okay. You don't smoke crack?
No, I don't, sir.
Never have?
Nope.
All right, good enough. Any other background you want to give
pretty
me
much
on your brother?
as kids, we had a great relationship growing up. I've always looked up to my brother as a role model. Pretty much 3 years ago, he had his first kid as a daughter, probably like January of 2006, I believe. And since then, he's been a little stressed out. I guess the stress of being a parent has kind of drove him to like lead drugs, I think. He hasn't been able to hold a job. He's lost his apartment. He's pretty much lost his girlfriend since then too. The mother
You
of his
ever
child.
live in the household with the child?
Yes, he has.
And you believed that he was stressed out, so he resorted to crack in a criminal lifestyle.
Well, I wouldn't say the criminal part, but yes, the drug lifestyle.
It's a crime to smoke crack.
Okay. All right.
It's against the law. This is a very familiar scenario. It really is. These men, at least they call themselves men, they have these children that they're not prepared to care for, if this is the case. But what you're describing is a very common scenario, and perhaps that's why we have nearly half of all households are headed by women. In the African American community, it's even higher. And it is my opinion, my belief, and by observation from inside, outside, and sideways, men who are under stress, they resort to drugs instead of dealing with distress like a real man should. Stay with his family. Man up is the term I use. Instead of punking out and running to the corner, running to the crack pipe, ultimately losing your family. But then you get to the corner or you get to the crack house and you act like you're the man and you gotta respect me. That don't even make sense. You have left your family because you're too weak to handle the stress and didn't want to get 3 jobs like many women do. They don't run the crack. When the stress comes, they run and get another job. And we try to suggest that women are weaker than men. And here are these men, when they get a little stress on them, they run to the corner. I'm the man. You're not the man. You're not even a man. If you can't take care of these babies you're producing. Take it or leave it, that's my observation. But hopefully that's not the case. But you tell me about yourself, sir.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, I'd like to start by saying me and my brother have never really been close. I'm more of a homebody. I like to stay home with my girlfriend, watch movies, eat dinner.
Well, no
just
wonder
kick
you don't
back
have
and
any
relax.
money. How many jobs do you have?
I have one child, sir.
I mean, jobs.
Jobs?
You don't even know what that is.
What? I'm currently unemployed right now.
You see? You don't even know what the word is when I said jobs. So I have one
apologize.
baby, I don't know about no jobs. You're unemployed. When is the last time you had a job?
About 3 months ago, Your Honor.
Okay, and prior to that, how long did you keep that job?
About 1.5 years.
Well, let me give you a little bit of advice. You're not going to do well by your family in terms of taking care of them if you're sitting at home playing videos.
I'm not playing video games, sir. You know,
That's
I'm
what
just
you said. You said, I enjoy sitting with my family and playing videos and watching television.
watching videos and just, you know, just relaxing after work.
Forgive me.
His
Need a
lifestyle-
second or third job. That's my point. You don't have time to do any of
I
that.
understand, sir.
Your Honor, he hasn't had a job for the past 3 years, Your Honor.
That's
Go
not
ahead.
true, Your Honor.
All right, sir. What else you want to tell me about yourself?
His lifestyle is totally different than mine. He's a playboy. He likes to go out dancing, drinking. You know, he's picking up girls all the time. Despite our differences, in 2005, early 2005, he came to me with a problem. His car broke down. Okay, he asked me to loan him $2,500, which I didn't hesitate.
He's suing you about money. Let me get to him first, then we'll listen to your money story.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor,
You're suing him about
First of
stolen
all, that's
money.
not true. He's never lent me money. He pretty much lies like he's lying now. He cheats, he steals to feed his addiction. That's pretty much what he does.
That's not true, Your Honor.
In late October 2006, I was arrested. I'm no angel, like he says. I like to party, I like to drink, but I'm not addicted to crack, and I have money in the bank, and I have a job, and I take care of my bills. Okay, and I don't have a kid. October 2006, I was arrested for DUI. I called him. He came visiting me to the jail. I said, listen, I need you to get my car out of the impound, which is probably about $200. I have some money in my apartment. I released a power of attorney to him. He paid for the car, which was $200. I had $500 under my mattress, and it was $300 left over. I said, get the bondsman, which was about $200, and pay my cell phone bill, which was about a little less than $100. He did everything except for the bondsman. He left me in jail. I stayed in jail until November 6th.
Your Honor, that's not true.
Quiet,
Okay,
sir.
until November 6th, I stayed in jail. They released me, and he finally dropped the case. They released me from jail. I was missing $3,000 out of my bank account. He wrote a check to his girlfriend. They deposited in her account for $3,000. He told me yes. He admitted to it. He says, yes, Eddie, I took the money. I need the money for my baby. Okay, for food
That's
for the
not
baby.
true.
So he pretty much said he's going to pay me back the money, He didn't do that. I filed a report with the bank, a fraud report. They denied my claim because he was my brother, and I invited him to my house. I gave him pretty much the keys to go to the house. So they said, sue him. Okay, I filed a police report against my brother. Okay, police, they said they couldn't find him.
Right.
Everywhere they looked for him, he was dodging the police. They couldn't find him, so he never got prosecuted.
Let me hear from him on this money.
In early 2005, he came to my job, okay, asked me for $2,500. Again, his car broke down. I lent him $2,500 without hesitation. He's my brother, gave it to him. He took care of his car. He mentioned that down the road, he would pay me the $2,500, okay? Since that time, he's avoided me. He's said derogatory things, statements, just like he's saying now, okay? I got a phone call from him from jail. I guess apparently he was out partying, which he usually does. He was out drinking and driving.
So what? I mean, not the drinking and driving,
Well,
but
it's
the
irresponsible.
partying is for a single man
Exactly.
with no children and no wife.
Which I don't do. I don't party, and I'm a responsible person. Again, I don't have a job, but I am looking for work, and I'm trying to be responsible. You know, he asked me to come to jail to pick up some kind of a notice, a power of attorney, to go to his house to pick up some money. As I was there picking up the money, I noticed his checkbook, and in his ledger said he had over $10,000. That made me really mad and irate. You know, all this time that he's avoided me.
Your
and-
defense is that I stole his money because he owed me money.
Well, I wouldn't say I stole it.
No, that's fraud. I would say it, and
Okay.
any other law enforcement officer would say it. When you sign someone else's name to a check, you're committing a felony. You took it upon yourself to commit that crime because he owes you money?
He does owe me money.
What
sir.
is your defense today?
My defense is that he had the money laying around, and he should have paid me the money when he could have, and he should have, and he never did.
And that's
So
not a counterclaim that you're filing?
I already recovered
He's
the
already
money.
got
he
the
owed
money.
me.
That's why, Your Honor. He's happy now.
Okay.
He ain't worried about
So
nothing.
you're
I
happy
recovered
now.
the
He's
money
already
he owes
spent
me,
that
so I
money.
don't have to countersue.
Okay, well, you sure have to give him his money back, so you're going to be short again. $3,318. You've admitted that you got the money through fraud, judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your
Have
Honor.
a good day.
I love your show, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Good show. I want him to get some help. I pretty much want him to go to rehab or something.
Yeah, I don't need rehab, Eddie. Okay, I'm totally fine. I don't do drugs. Okay, I think me and you should work on a relationship since this is over.